When you're getting ready to sell your house, there's a lot of things you're going to do to get it prepped. Perhaps some things you'll fix or paint or clean. But once your house is under contract, your work may not be done. And if the buyer asks you to repair some things, you might think to yourself, no problem. A couple of trips to a hardware store and one Saturday afternoon, it's going to be all taken care of. But when you sell a house, are you really allowed to do the repairs yourself? As a seller doing repairs on your house, it really is going to depend on when those repairs happen. If you are prepping to get your house ready to sell, I'm gonna suggest you use somebody to do it as a professional because then you know it's done right, but at that point there's no legal obligation. However, once you're under contract, if a buyer asks you to make certain repairs or fixes and you agree to those repairs in writing, you have to have a licensed professional take care of those repairs. For example, if perhaps the buyer has asked you to make some kind of electrical repair, you're going to have to prove and show documentation of who did the work, when it was done, and that you paid them. So if you agree to repairs from the buyer and you've agreed to those repairs in writing, you're going to have to prove that a licensed professional did the work. You're going to have to provide a paid invoice. So a rundown of prices from your Uncle Joe on a napkin is not going to suffice as a proper invoice. So keep in mind, if you're agreeing to electrical repairs, a patch on the roof, perhaps something to do with the plumbing, you've got to hire an electrician, a roofer, a plumber. They've got to be licensed and insured, and you have to show a paid invoice. The reason the paid invoice is so important is because the incoming buyer wants to make sure that there's no liens that are going to appear on their house from a disgruntled contractor who didn't get their check. If you have a list of repairs and some of them seem like gray areas, like patching holes where picture frames were hanging or power washing the driveway, ask your realtor to make sure that in the addendum or repair request, they haven't specifically stated that a licensed and insured contractor has to do those specific repairs. A lot of things like that you can actually do yourself, but when it comes to specific contract work or anything trade related, you're gonna have to hire a professional and prove that you paid them. And hiring a professional to do repairs is good for you as a seller for two reasons. One, you don't have to do it because we all know it's going to take you at least 5 trips to Lowe's to get it taken care of. And two, it provides some protection for you. If something goes wrong with the repair, you can go back to that company. Don't leave yourself liable to a lawsuit from an incoming buyer by trying to do things yourself. When selling a house, there's a laundry list of tasks ahead of you. So once you're under contract, do yourself, the buyer, and the agents a favor and hire professionals to take care of any repairs. And if you're still on the fence as to whether or not now is a great time to sell, let me just warn you that your leverage is shrinking by the day. It's time to make a decision, and if you need some help, check out my video on why now is the time to sell. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.